We are back to the Banner Saga. Okay, several people have noticed black vultures circling above the caravan, taking advantage of the light snowfall. They pose no threat, but they have a visible impact on the mood of your clansmen. The next time you look back, Oddleaf is firing arrows into the air, which nearly tagged the birds once or twice. Get lost! No dead down here, she shouts to nobody in particular. After a couple more shots, she manages to tag one of the vultures, which falls out of the sky. She recovers it, laughing to herself, and comes to show you the black feathers. You know, says Oddleaf, scanning the caravan, a lot of these women, they could do this. You can tell from the look in her eyes that she's excited about the idea. I think I'm going to start training them how to fight, she says. We can always use more fighters, you tell Oddleaf. That's a spelling mistake here. If Aulette is any proof, you know how to train someone with a bow. Oddleaf gives you a smile. She heads off to some of the women in the caravan, showing them the vulture she shot down. Shouldn't the days of supplies be changing? I'm not really sure if something's wrong here. A woman's stifled screams failed to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before an expectant mother gave birth. The caravan simply excited by this first sign of new life since the trip began. Call for a day of rest and celebration. When the baby's cries replace the mother's, the entire caravan cheers. You raise your drink to the family, saying, tomorrow we rest and feast to strength and long life. Again, everyone cheers, glad to forget their worries for some small time. And morale improved. Yay. Plus 15 renown for that. Great morale. Strange about the days of supplies are not diminishing for some reason. A group of men with broad shoulders and thick cloaks approach the caravan. They might be outlaws you hear nearby, and the idea quickly ripples through the clansmen. One of the strangers approaches, saying, we've run out of food. Any help would be welcome. His hard eyes reveal nothing of his motivations. You consider how you want to approach this. Well, fight with us and earn your food. The men look surprised by your offer. In short order, they join the caravan and start sharing tales and drinks. Unfortunately, it is less than a day later that you discover they've vanished along with a sizable portion of your supplies. Motherfuckers. Those guys are motherfuckers.
Wormtho was never the kind of place someone would build a town. Fittingly, the Var living here aren't known for welcoming visitors with open arms.
Wormtho. The Varl find you before you see them. Not surprising with this many people behind you. With weapons drawn, they demand to know why you're here, but back down when Ivor tells them he's come to see someone named Krumar. Well, I'll be damned. Krumar. It's been a long time. Yeah, it has, so it brings Ingvar to Wormtho with his very own village of humans. Bad news. Dredge are coming down from the north. We barely made it this far. That is dire news. Come on, we have food. We'll discuss more in the meat house. As you follow the old Varl into their meager town, you catch him quietly saying, if it were anyone else. I've talked with the warriors here. I'll be honest with you. Half want to go north and find out what happened at Blotzbacher. Some think we should go to Grofheim instead. None of them are half a year here. What do you think? If I had it my way, I'd stay here and let the dredge come. But you made this a problem, didn't you? We can't feed this many people for long, even if they don't eat much. This is a Varl town. Most of us take care of ourselves. You've got women, children. We could pitch in, make this place livable. It doesn't work like that. These Varl are here to get away from civilization, not make one. It's Krumer's call. It won't be long before dredge are here too. No, it won't. If there's one thing we should do, it's tell Jorundr what's going on. Who's Jorundr? Varl King. Well, as close to one as we have. Ingvar, where'd you find these people? Stay here and rest, but once yours are ready to go, we do. I'm going to see off those who want to head north. But I'll join you to Grofheim. More travel? No, we've already come so far. Stop the pouting, girlie. Even if Jorundr won't listen to a tired old Varl like me, I have a feeling they'll pay attention to your friend Ingvar here. They'll listen to Ivar? Ha! He hasn't told you. Of course he hasn't. Do what you need to, but don't be long. Okay, I wonder if I can finally rest. Is that possible? I've got a bug here, man. These guys are not getting fixed at all. I can't heal them. Yeah, can't heal them at all. Well, Rook can level up. Strange how I cannot heal these motherfuckers. Well, that's a pretty good one. What's Rook got here? +2 to strength or +3 to will. Okay, I guess. Okay. Can't heal my guys for some reason. Kuruma, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done then. Okay. How did you get all these Varl to follow you? Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do, so I started training other Varl to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wormtow. They still come calling, even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing though, don't it? So, who is Ingvar? Ha, I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean the dredge-bashing type. He was called Ingvar then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle in gossip. Bet you have incredible stories. I might. Or I could be the most boring Varl you ever met. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled the dead yawks with whale teeth. And why. Depends on how much you know. They're all armor. Tap them hard enough, though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole row of slag and they'll explode on each other all the way down. You get in a big brawl, half your time is spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. I'd best leave you to your business. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of Ingvar. Market, can't really buy anything, can you? There's no renown. No renown. We're fucksword. We're fucksword. Get the map. Heroes leave, I guess. Because rest ain't working, right? I guess it's time to leave. Grofheim's quite a few days out, says Krummer. But nothing's worse than crossing the waste, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe from dredge, it's there. You steel yourself for another losing march. Or long march. And half the town of Wormtoe joins you. Oh, we got Varl, which is nice. Plus 20 to supplies. I can't heal my motherfucking guys for some reason. An old man sits astride an overgrown portion of the trail. You lost, you ask. He adjusts the leather strap on his head and says, no, are you? He jumps up and shuffles toward the caravan, his tattered clothes revealing no weapons. Well, I've seen better, the old man says, peering into the supply wagons, but I'll join you. He stands next to a fighter, throws his beard over his shoulder, and puffs up his chest. The fighter grins and the stranger exhales, asking, what are we waiting for? Lead the way. Well, we already got fucked over, didn't we? So, I'm not too eager to get fucked over again. Who are you and what are you doing out here? Call me Unar or anything else you like, the old man says. A man goes where he pleases, doesn't he? His stern look is more comical than intimidating, but you stop looking for answers. We've already got enough mouths to feed because we already got burned, but I don't think we'll get burned again. Keep pace, the old man puffs through his mustache. No fleeter than old Unar. And husbands, mind your wives, I'm cursed with golden tongue. Not silver. The caravan enjoys a good laugh as they start moving once again. I guess he's good for morale. There you go, good for morale. Morale improved. Up ahead, a scout shouts. Some giant hall, but it's empty. You approach the structure but recognize none of the markings. The walls seem unsteady at best. Finally, sleeping beneath a roof, you overhear. Several families begin unpacking. Look for any clues about why it was abandoned. Whomever left here may have had good reason, you tell the caravan, but after a few tiring hours of searching for clues, you have no answers. The frustration of the wasted time is apparent on the clan's faces. Sleep in the old hall. Cheers erupt as people flood into the building. Navarro leans against a supporting pillar. It cracks and brings down a portion of the massive roof, crushing a number of clansmen beneath it. Sadly, the rubble is too deep to recover their bodies, and you leave the building behind with regret. Oh dear. Motherfucker. Motherfucking fucker. We haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eyes on the ground as you approach. I feel like things are changing so quickly, she eventually confides. It's not just that. Everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Ekil a lot. This gets your attention. What has he been telling you? He told me how he and Onuf are kin. Echo had a sister who married Onuf, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since. But then Onef left without him. Just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. Eventually you find Onef back at camp and relate the story. Is that what Ekel told you? Replies Onef. Then he sighs. It's true about his sister. She died of a fever when we were just married. Surprised he opened up like that. So I left him in Frostfeller, he continues. He'd be fine one day, ready to kill his own men the next. Sometimes he would. I'd make the same decision tomorrow. You march directly over to where Ekel has been forced to stay, far away from the rest of the caravan. He turns as you approach. What did I tell you, Ekel? Didn't I say even one wrong look? Who's giving wrong looks? Your girl came to me. Nice of her, I thought, seeing as how she's the only one who gives a damn about the people around here. What in the depths is that supposed to mean? Look at you, running around saving everyone's hide, making decisions. Good for you. What kind of life is this? Miserable. Are you making it worth living? I see Alette helping the women, cooking food, taking care of the old, playing with the children, talking to outcasts. Did you know she sews up the wounded every time you get them bloodied in a fight? Remember when I said you were a leader? Yeah, they join you, but they follow because of Alette. Oh, I get it. You think I'm calling you a poor father? No. All I'm saying is don't ask her to change who she is. These people need one of her, not two of you. So many decisions to make in this. So many decisions, and who knows which is the right one. The Godstone of Marek looms into view. Upon it, carved a great ocean beast. Jagged stones jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the Nordfelling waste being filled with water at one time, but the Godstone stands as a reminder of the vast lake it used to look across. A blessing, shouts one of the men in your caravan, holding out what looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale, he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon a curious child has found another hiding in the snow, and then a third is discovered. Perhaps they'll bring us luck. You overhear, and before long the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shining scales. By the end of the second day, the scavenger hunt still continues unabated, and even you are starting to feel something in the back of your mind, like you need to have one of the scales. You shake it off, uncertain whether to let this continue. It's another day before the fervor calms down, and you think there must have been something unnatural about it, because when the last scale was found, the obsession suddenly abated. On the next morning, one of the men presents a gleaming coat of mail to you. We made this from the scales, he says, grinning. You graciously accept the gift, and the caravan gets back to travel. Cool. Treasure Hunter. God Scale. Gained item. Nice. Oddleaf calls you over, grinning. A row of women holding bows of differing age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job of hitting the trunks. I think they're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the winds shift, she lets go, and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that had scurried out from underneath. Dinner, she says, smiling. A group of men from the caravan approach. Listen here, says one. Practice all you want. My wife isn't fighting dredge. The other men agree in chorus. We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters. The men argue their point, but eventually relent. Thanks, says Oddleaf. To be honest, it was harder than I expected. But the more people who can hold their own, the better. The women return to camp, not just as clansmen, but as fighters. You notice most of the Varl pacing while others sleep. Their brief conversations with each other and other clansmen go shorter and sharper. Go away, roars one Varl at a young girl, asking him too many questions. All the clansmen stop and stare. I think you just ruined her dream of marrying a Varl boy, you say, timing your smile just right. The giant grins, then throws back his head with booming laughter. Other Varl join in the mirth, and the caravan feels a bit uplifted for it. The giant explains, we live in the north for its space, endless miles of snow, ice, mountains, fields, space to be alone. But here there is no time for such things. Understanding slowly trickles through the caravan, relieving some of the tension. You hear a whistle on the road and spot a long line of Varl far up ahead, heading toward you. Behind them is a swarm of dredge and a trail of bodies leading off into the distance. Get down there, barks Krummer. Don't let them spread out, shouts the lead Varl as you approach the battleground. Soon you almost regret finding yourself fighting alongside them, facing off against a daunting number of dredge. Here we go. We've got Fasolt here. Instead of Anna for sure. There's Fasolt and there's Krummer. These fucking guys are injured for some reason. Alright. Should be good, I think. I don't know if I want our guys to spread out. Okay, that's not too bad. Well, that is a lot of guys. Forge ahead, what does that mean? Select an ally to move forward initiative. Well, that was profoundly unfair, wasn't it? Two left. Oh, very interesting. Alright, I think that's a good time to stop, and we'll pick it up in the next episode.